The MG story started in 1928 with the release of its first vehicle, the M-Type or Midget, and it was an immediate success. It was produced and refined for nearly 10 years before the first MGT, the TA, was released in 1936. Well in a vintage class and not even close to the classic era. The TC was a pre-war car in a post-war market, and management at MG didn't have any high hopes for its success, but forged ahead anyway while they worked on designs for future models. Surprisingly, the MG TC was a hit with car buyers. While the USA was producing large and quiet, comfortable rides with loads of power, the MG TC was a loud, small-engined fun machine and was considered a real driver's car. This reputation led to the TC being the most successful car to come out of the MG plant since its inception in 1928. Exactly 10,000 production versions of the MG TC were produced from September 1945 to November 1949, a larger number than any previous MG model. To top it off, the US TCs also featured chrome bumpers as standard. This particular MG TC is a fantastic example of a beautifully kept vehicle. The styling is unmistakable with the classic wire wheels, synonymous with MGs, featuring the propeller-style knockoff, emblazoned with the MG logo. The organic lines of the rolling fenders that sweep right back to create running boards are in stark contrast to the angular, rigid structural design of the front end and the classic tool grille. Rounded chrome external headlights really accentuate the initial design era of the vehicle. Later models had these incorporated into the fenders for a more modern look. Driver comforts are at a minimum in the MG TC. A cockpit-style driver positioned in front of a very retro spoke steering wheel set the tone for a plain but functional interior. Classic instrumentation spread right across the dashboard, a flat windscreen and suicide doors are all hallmarks of a time long gone. Under the hood, the MG TC was no muscle car, using the same power plant as the Morris 10. This was the X-Pag engine first released in the late 1930s. Featuring 4 cylinders at 1250 cc's. With overhead valves, it produced a modest 54.5 horsepower at 5,200 RPMs. It was a reliable workhorse though, and had enough juice to keep the driver in that low cockpit flying around the corners.